Imagine holding a small piece of history right in the palm of your hand, a coin minted over 80 years ago, quietly surviving decades of change, tucked in a drawer or perhaps forgotten in your pocket change. Now imagine discovering that this unassuming coin, a 1941 no-mint Mark Lincoln wheat penny, could be your gateway to extraordinary wealth. Sounds unbelievable, right? But this is not fiction, it's a reality for collectors and savvy sellers who recognize the rare value hidden in plain sight. Today, we're diving deep into the story, rarity, and incredible market value of this iconic piece of American history, and I promise, by the end, you'll see pennies, and your financial future, entirely differently. The story begins in 1941, a time when the United States was on the brink of monumental change. The country was still recovering from the Great Depression, and every penny mattered. Abraham Lincoln's face, engraved on the obverse, symbolized perseverance and hope, a beacon during challenging times. But it wasn't just the image that made this coin remarkable. The 1941 no-mint Mark Lincoln wheat penny carries a subtle charm. Its no-mint mark designation tells us it was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, a detail that makes it more common than some other mint variations but also a rare opportunity for collectors who seek high-grade, well-preserved examples. What makes this coin a true treasure is not just its history but its errors and imperfections, which can catapult its value into the tens of thousands of dollars. Now, you might be thinking, a penny. How could a penny be worth that much? Let me ask you this. Have you ever rifled through your old coin jar, stumbled upon a coin that looked ordinary, and wondered, what if this is worth a fortune? That excitement, the heart-pounding thrill of discovery, is exactly what collectors live for. And here's a secret, coins like the 1941 no-mint Mark Lincoln wheat penny are in high demand right now. Rare coins are no longer just for hobbyists, they have become liquid assets, investments that could transform your financial trajectory. One moment, it's a coin in your pocket. The next, it's a conversation starter at an auction, a multimillion-dollar prospect resting in your hand. Speaking of auctions, you might ask, how do you sell old rare coins? Or perhaps, how can you turn pocket change into millions? These are questions every seller asks, and the truth is, it's all about timing, condition, and presentation. Coins with minimal wear, sharp details, and clear wheat lines on the reverse, those lines that make the Lincoln penny instantly recognizable, are the ones collectors pay top dollar for. And the 1941 no-mint Mark penny, particularly those with subtle errors like double dies, off-center strikes, or die cracks, can fetch extraordinary prices when listed correctly. Imagine taking a coin that cost a mere cent to mint and seeing it sell in a professional auction house for a jaw-dropping sum. How exhilarating would that feel? Now, here's a quick reality check, and a little humor to reset your brain. You might have dozens of pennies in your purse or under your couch cushions, but the odds that one of them is a rare 1941 no-mint Mark Lincoln wheat penny are slim. That's the thrill. That's the fear that you might pass by a fortune without realizing it. But unlike winning the lottery, finding and selling rare coins is an actionable, repeatable process. You can learn it. You can master it. And today, you're getting the roadmap. How do you make money from coins? First, identify what you have. Check the date, the mint mark, and the condition. Learn to spot errors. A small scratch, a double die, or even a slightly misaligned strike could mean thousands. Then, find the right venue to sell. Auctions, coin shops, online marketplaces, and private collectors are all viable options, but each comes with its own strategy. For instance, a high-end coin auction might seem intimidating, but it's where serious buyers congregate, ready to pay top dollar for coins in pristine condition. On the other hand, local coin shops might offer immediate cash, though usually at a slightly lower value. How do you know the right choice? By understanding your coin's maximum market potential, and this is where patience and research pay off in spades. Let's pause for a moment. Imagine this scenario, you're holding your 1941 penny, examining it under a magnifying glass, and your heart skips a beat. That tiny scratch you thought was damage? It's actually a rare die error, documented in collector guides. Your coin is no longer a penny, it's a ticket to a new life of opportunity. How does that feel? Exciting? Scary? That combination of fear and anticipation is exactly what fuels the rare coin market. And it's why coins like the 1941 Lincoln Wheat penny continue to sell at astonishing prices, often exceeding all expectations. But let's talk about urgency. Rare coins don't stay hidden for long, and the market is hotter than ever. Collectors across the United States are constantly seeking coins with historical significance, high-grade condition, and unique errors. Every day you wait is a day someone else could discover a coin like yours. That's why knowing how to sell old and rare coins effectively is crucial. Timing, presentation, and awareness of market trends can make the difference between selling for a few $100s and selling for the maximum dollar value. And here's a tip most sellers overlook: professional grading. Coins certified by reputable services like PCGS or NGC immediately gain credibility, trust, and access to high-end buyers willing to pay premium prices. Now, I know you might be thinking, isn't it complicated to sell rare coins in the USA? Not at all. The process has been streamlined for sellers like you. From local auctions to national coin shows, online auction platforms, and professional coin dealers, the infrastructure exists to make selling both safe and profitable. And it's not just about selling, it's about storytelling. Buyers want history, they want authenticity, and they want to feel the thrill of owning something truly rare. Your 1941 Lincoln Wheat penny isn't just a coin, it's a connection to America's past, a symbol of resilience, and potentially a cornerstone of your financial success. Before we wrap up, let's connect the dots. We began with a small coin, seemingly ordinary. We explored its history, its subtle errors, and its immense demand. We examined the excitement of discovery, the strategies for selling, and the urgency of timing. And now, we arrive at the most important point: the market value. A pristine 1941 no-mint mark Lincoln Wheat penny with exceptional features can sell for a jaw-dropping maximum dollar, a sum that transforms a humble coin into a major asset. Imagine that moment, from pocket change to a small fortune, from curiosity to a tangible piece of wealth. How incredible would that feel? So, as you reflect on this, ask yourself, what coins do you already own that could be hiding untold wealth? How will you find them, authenticate them, and present them to buyers who recognize their true value? How can you turn what's in your drawers, jars, or old collections into a life-changing opportunity? Every moment you wait is another chance missed, but every moment you act brings you closer to that thrilling moment of discovery and reward. And remember, this isn't just about money, it's about empowerment, knowledge, and being part of a centuries-old tradition of American coin collecting. From a simple penny minted in 1941 to a piece that commands thousands, maybe even tens of thousands, in the auction world, your potential is as limitless as your willingness to explore it. And so, dig through that old coin jar. Inspect every penny. Ask questions. Learn about mint marks, errors, and grading. Explore auctions, consult with experts, and embrace the excitement that comes with discovering real treasure. Because your 1941 no-mint mark Lincoln Wheat penny isn't just a coin, it's your invitation to a world where history meets opportunity, and where your financial dreams can take shape in the most unexpected places. By the way, one last question to leave you thinking: could that small coin in your pocket today be the ticket to your next big investment? Only one way to find out: start exploring, start selling, and let history reward you in the most extraordinary way. Imagine reaching into your pocket and pulling out something that could change your life forever. No, it's not a winning lottery ticket, it's far rarer, far more tangible, and it's been in circulation for decades, quietly sitting in plain sight. I'm talking about the 1944 no-mint mark Lincoln Wheat penny, a coin that's been overlooked by millions, yet today, it commands attention and wealth unlike anything most people imagine. Could the change you toss into a jar at home be the key to unlocking thousands, even millions of dollars? The answer might shock you. The story of the 1944 no-mint mark Wheat penny begins at a time when the world was in turmoil. World War II had reshaped economies, societies, and even the metals used to mint coins. Copper, essential for ammunition, was in high demand, which made the pennies of this era particularly fascinating. Most 1944 pennies were made from recycled copper from spent shell casings. But here's where it gets thrilling: a rare subset of these coins, the 1944 no-mint mark penny, contains an error or anomaly that collectors now hunt for with almost obsessive determination. Why? Because rarity drives value, and value drives dreams. Picture this: you find a small, unassuming coin, perhaps tucked inside a dusty old box of change or lying forgotten in a drawer. Could that very penny be worth more than your monthly mortgage? More than a car? More than some people make in an entire year? The excitement of discovery is almost intoxicating. But before you start imagining your future yacht, let's understand why this coin is in such high demand. The 1944 no-mint mark wheat penny is not just a coin, it's a symbol of history, survival, and, for some, fortune. Its appeal lies in its scarcity and its flawless survival. Coins from that era were meant to circulate endlessly, yet the ones in pristine condition have been quietly preserved, often by people who didn't even realize their significance. For collectors, each coin is a story, a tangible piece of history, a bridge between the past and potential prosperity today. And make no mistake, the market for rare coins in the US is booming. The demand is fierce, and competition among buyers is intense. People are not just collecting, they are investing, and they are willing to pay maximum dollars for the right piece. Now, you might be wondering, how can I tell if my penny is one of these rare treasures? How can I sell old rare coins safely in the USA without losing value? These questions are exactly why so many people hesitate. But here's the good news: understanding the characteristics of a 1944 no-mint mark wheat penny is simpler than you think. Look for subtle details: the absence of a mint mark, the condition of the coin, the sharpness of the wheat stalks on the reverse side, and the overall luster. Even small imperfections can differentiate a standard coin from one worth thousands. Imagine holding that penny, examining it under a magnifying glass, and realizing you are literally holding history and wealth in your hand. Let's pause for a second. I know what you're thinking: Ray, is this really possible? From my pocket change to a sum that could fund a dream lifestyle? The answer is yes, but only if you understand how to navigate the rare coin market. Selling coins is not like listing old clothes on eBay, it's an art. Auction houses, specialized coin dealers, and online marketplaces all play a role. Timing, presentation, and proper grading can dramatically increase the value. And here's the kicker: collectors are constantly watching, waiting for the next opportunity to acquire a rare piece. When your coin appears in the right hands, the bidding can skyrocket in ways you never imagined. Humor me for a second: imagine trying to pay for your coffee with a coin that just sold for tens of thousands of dollars at auction. Awkward, right? But that mental image perfectly illustrates the enormous gap between everyday perception and true value in the rare coin world. Many people hold treasures without realizing it. Could your loose change be hiding a life-altering secret? Now, let's talk urgency. The 1944 no-mint mark wheat penny is only becoming more valuable with time. Every year, coins in pristine condition grow rarer. Collectors and investors alike are hunting relentlessly. That means if you have one, or even suspect you might, waiting too long could mean leaving thousands, or even hundreds of thousands of dollars, on the table. People ask, how do I sell my old and rare coins in the USA? Where can I get the best value? The answer lies in strategic channels, certified auction houses, reputable coin dealers, and verified online marketplaces. Doing your homework, having your coin graded, and understanding market trends can transform what seems like a small find into maximum dollar profits. Let's circle back to the emotional side of this journey. Finding a rare coin is exhilarating, like uncovering a secret treasure map in your own home. Selling it can feel empowering, a direct way to turn a piece of history into personal prosperity. And the fear of missing out? That's real. Every moment that passes, someone else is hunting, someone else is bidding, and your coin's value could be climbing silently while you hesitate. So how do you move from curiosity to action? Start by examining your collection: pockets, drawers, old jars. Ask yourself, Could any of these coins be the hidden 1944 no-mint mark wheat penny? Take the time to learn the distinguishing features, consult with professionals, and get your coins certified if they meet the high standards collectors demand. How much could it be worth at auction? Could it fund your next dream adventure or even secure a financial legacy? The possibilities are staggering, and here's a truth that's almost too good to be true: millions of people overlook coins that could make them rich. Every coffee table coin, every forgotten dime, every dusty penny is a potential key to wealth. And the 1944 no-mint mark wheat penny? That's one of the crown jewels of American numismatics. The maximum dollar it can fetch at auction today is nothing short of extraordinary, representing decades of historical significance and financial potential. By now, you might be asking yourself, how do I sell coins? How do I make money from coins? Can I really turn pocket change into millions? The answer is yes, if you act with knowledge, strategy, and speed. History, rarity, and condition combine to create unparalleled value. And while excitement is natural, so is preparation, because smart collectors and investors know that the right coin in the right hands can change a life overnight. So here's your call to action: don't let hesitation cost you thousands. Examine your change. Research the 1944 no-mint mark wheat penny. Consult experts. And imagine, just for a moment, holding a coin that could transform your lifestyle, fund your dreams, and connect you with history in a way no other investment can. This is not fantasy, this is reality for those who recognize opportunity when it whispers in the form of copper and zinc. Remember, fortune favors the bold. The excitement, the fear of missing out, the thrill of discovery, all of it is part of the journey. From humble pockets to multi-thousand-dollar auctions, the 1944 no-mint mark wheat penny has the power to rewrite your story. Ask yourself, are you ready to uncover hidden treasure? Are you prepared to transform the ordinary into extraordinary? The clock is ticking, the market is alive, and your potential treasure is waiting. Could your next step turn pocket change into maximum dollar value? Only you can decide. Have you ever held a coin in your hand and wondered if it could change your life forever? Imagine a tiny, copper-colored circle, no bigger than a fingertip, yet carrying the potential to turn your pocket change into a fortune. Today, we're diving into one of the most fascinating treasures in American numismatics, the 1950 mint mark wheat penny, a coin that isn't just history, it's a ticket to wealth. How much could it be worth? Could it be sitting in your old coin jar right now, waiting to be discovered? Stick with me, because what you're about to learn could be life-changing. The story begins in the heart of America, in 1950, a year of hope, progress, and change. In the quiet hum of the Philadelphia and Denver mints, coins rolled off the presses, each one destined for someone's pocket, a small reminder of the American dream. But not all pennies were created equal. Among them, the 1950 wheat penny emerged as a rare anomaly. A coin with the Denver mint mark, showing the classic wheat ears design, carries a unique error that collectors and investors today would pay a premium for. You might ask, what kind of error could make a simple penny worth thousands, or even tens of thousands, of dollars? The answer is both exciting and surprising. You see, in the world of rare coins, errors are like golden tickets. A slight misstrike, a double die, or a misplaced mint mark transforms an ordinary penny into a collector's holy grail. And the 1950 wheat penny is a perfect example. Some of these coins exhibit double die features on the obverse, where Lincoln's profile or the lettering appears duplicated. Others have subtle variations in the wheat ears on the reverse. To the untrained eye, it's just a penny. To a seasoned collector, it's a rare gem that could be auctioned for astonishing sums. Just imagine, the coin you overlooked as a child, the one that jingled in your pocket, might now be worth the price of a luxury car, or even a house. Pause for a second. Take a moment and look at your coin jar. Could one of those coins be a hidden treasure? Could a 1950 wheat penny be hiding among your loose change, waiting for someone to recognize its true value? Exciting, isn't it? This is where the thrill begins, the thrill of discovery, the thrill of opportunity. But here's a question you might be asking yourself: how do I know if my coin is valuable? How do I sell old and rare coins in the US without getting cheated? These questions aren't just practical, they are urgent. The market for rare coins is booming, and timing can make the difference between a small profit and a life-changing payday. Let's dive deeper. Imagine you're holding a 1950 wheat penny in hand. The copper gleams under the light, and the wheat ears stretch gracefully across the reverse. But it's more than just its beauty, it's its rarity that drives collectors wild. Coins with exceptional condition, strong mint marks, and noticeable errors can fetch tens of thousands of dollars in auctions. And the best part? This coin isn't just an antique, it's a high-demand asset, coveted by wealthy collectors who are willing to pay top dollar. Now, I can almost hear you thinking, how do I sell it? How do I turn this penny into real cash? The first step is authentication. Every coin must be examined for its mint mark, its condition, and the presence of any errors. A professional grading service can certify your coin, increasing its credibility and its value exponentially. Once certified, your coin can enter the high-stakes world of auctions, where serious collectors and investors compete fiercely. Picture this, a room full of serious buyers, each aware that the 1950 wheat penny is scarce, each willing to outbid the next. That's where your penny can command its maximum dollar value. And the beauty of it is, you don't need to wait decades. Rare coins like this are in high demand right now. Now, let's have a little fun. Did you ever think a penny from your grandma's cookie jar could be worth more than your car? Sounds crazy, right? But that's the magic of coin collecting, the unexpected thrill of turning a simple object into unimaginable wealth. And it's not just about money, it's about joining a world of collectors, historians, and investors who understand that the past can create the future. But here's the catch, opportunity doesn't wait. Every day, collectors are searching, bidding, and investing. That 1950 wheat penny could be in your drawer today, and tomorrow it could be the centerpiece of an auction fetching tens of thousands of dollars. The question isn't just, how do I sell coins? It's, how do I seize the moment before someone else does? Time is money, especially when it comes to rare coins. Let's talk strategy. Selling old and rare coins in the US isn't just about dropping them on eBay. It's about understanding the market. Auction houses, numismatic dealers, and certified coin marketplaces are where the magic happens. Coins are not just sold, they are showcased, highlighted for their rarity, and marketed to the right audience. Imagine your 1950 wheat penny featured in a premium auction catalog, described with every meticulous detail, the mint mark, the condition, the era that makes it priceless. That's when the bids start rolling in, and the excitement builds. And here's a secret many people overlook, coins like this are emotional triggers for buyers. They aren't just purchasing a copper disc, they're buying history, prestige, and status. Owning a 1950 wheat penny with a rare error is like holding a piece of America in your hand. And for those who want to sell old and rare coins, this is your moment to tell a story, to connect emotionally with the buyer, and to command the maximum dollar value your coin deserves. Now, you might be wondering, could this really be in my pocket change? Could I actually find a 1950 wheat penny and turn it into a fortune? The answer is yes, but only if you take action. Dust off those old coin jars, check those piggy banks, and don't ignore the coins hiding under cushions and drawers. Every penny has a story, and some stories end in millions. The excitement lies not just in finding the coin but in knowing that it could be your ticket to wealth, your bridge from everyday life to a lifestyle of abundance. As we connect the dots, the narrative becomes clear. The 1950 wheat penny is more than just a coin, it's a symbol of opportunity, a chance to take ordinary pocket change and elevate it into extraordinary wealth. From authentication to auction, from discovery to sale, every step holds potential. Every question you ask, how to make money from coins, how to sell old rare coins in the US, is part of a journey that countless collectors have embarked upon. And now, it could be your turn. So, what's the takeaway? If you have a 1950 wheat penny, or even think you might, it's time to act. Time to explore, to research, and to connect with the right experts who can verify its authenticity and help you reach the right buyers. The market is ready, collectors are eager, and the maximum dollar value is waiting. Remember, millions of Americans overlook their coin jars every day, but the ones who see the value, who act with urgency, are the ones who turn history into wealth. And here's the most exhilarating part: your ordinary penny, once overlooked, could now command an extraordinary price. Picture walking into an auction, watching the bidding war unfold, and realizing that the coin you found in your childhood savings has transformed into a life-changing sum of money. That, my friend, is the power of rare coins. That is the power of a 1950 mint mark wheat penny. But what if I told you that this little coin could be your gateway to a fortune? That's right, one small coin from the past could be worth tens of thousands of dollars today, and it's all waiting quietly in your collection, your drawer, or even in your pocket change. But here's the catch: many people overlook it, unaware that the value they're holding is beyond imagination. And today, I'm going to show you why the 1952 mint mark wheat penny is one of the most sought-after coins in the United States, how to identify it, and most importantly, how you could turn it into real cash. Let's start at the beginning. The year is 1952, post-war America is booming, and the US Mint is producing millions of pennies for everyday use. Among these ordinary coins, a small batch was struck at the Denver Mint with the D mint mark. Most of these coins circulated quietly, unnoticed. But some of them, due to rare minting errors, became priceless treasures. Imagine walking down your street and finding a coin like this in your change. You might think, it's just a penny. But collectors know better. They know that this exact 1952 Lincoln wheat penny error could be the key to unimaginable wealth. How do you find it? How do you know it's worth thousands, maybe even more? And if you do, what's the smartest way to sell it without leaving money on the table? Here's a question for you. Have you ever wondered why some people make millions from coins while others keep theirs tucked away, unaware of the value? It's not luck, it's knowledge. And today, you're about to get that knowledge. The 1952 Lincoln wheat penny error is highly prized because of its rarity and the mistakes made during minting. Some coins show doubled dies, some have off-center strikes, and others carry unusual imperfections that only the keenest eyes can spot. These errors make the coins one of a kind. And in the coin world, one of a kind means one thing: maximum demand. Collectors and investors across the country are hunting for these pennies, willing to pay top dollar. So, the real question is, do you have one hiding in your collection right now, unknowingly sitting on a fortune? Let's not kid ourselves, this is where urgency comes into play. Coins like this don't stay in circulation forever. Every year, some are lost, spent, or tossed aside. The earlier you act, the higher your potential profit. Imagine waiting a decade, only to find that the rare coins you had are now impossible to find. That's a risk few are willing to take, and it's precisely why the 1952 Lincoln wheat penny has skyrocketed in value. But before you rush to sell, you must be careful. How do you verify authenticity? How do you avoid scams? How do you make sure you get the absolute maximum dollar when selling to collectors, auction houses, or private buyers? Don't worry, we're going to cover all of that. Here's a little secret: the excitement of coin collecting isn't just in the potential profit, it's in the story. Every coin tells a tale. This 1952 penny traveled through decades, passed from hand to hand, witnessed history, and survived to become a treasure. Can you imagine the journey of a tiny penny that started in Denver in 1952 and now could be sitting in your hands worth a fortune? Isn't that thrilling? And if you've ever thought, I'll never find something like that, think again. Thousands of these coins are still out there, forgotten in jars, drawers, and piggy banks, just waiting for someone to recognize their true value. Now, let's address a question many of you are already thinking: how do I sell old, rare coins in the USA? Or maybe, how do I turn my coin collection into real money? Here's the thing: there are smart ways to sell, and there are costly mistakes that could leave you with far less than your coin is worth. Professional coin grading services are the first step. They verify authenticity and assign a grade that collectors trust. Once your coin is certified, you can sell it through reputable auction houses, specialized coin dealers, or even online platforms. Each channel has its pros and cons, but the key is to maximize visibility while maintaining credibility. You want serious buyers, not bargain hunters. And remember, in the coin world, timing is everything. Speaking of timing, here's a fun thought. Imagine checking your pocket change one morning, and instead of finding a dime, you find a 1952 Lincoln wheat penny error. Would you scream? Would you laugh? Or would you quietly call a trusted coin dealer and start negotiating a deal that could change your life? Coin collectors often say, from pocket change to millions, it all begins with awareness. And that's the truth. It's not just about luck, it's about recognizing potential, knowing where to look, and understanding the value that others might miss. But let's hit pause for a moment. Let me ask you, what's more exciting than finding a rare coin? Selling it. Yes, turning that hidden treasure into tangible wealth. Imagine walking into an auction house or connecting with a private buyer and hearing them say, "We'll pay the maximum dollar for that penny." Heart racing, palms sweating, but pure exhilaration. That's the power of rare coins. And the 1952 Lincoln wheat penny is one of those rare treasures in extremely high demand. Now, I know what you're thinking. How much could I realistically make? Well, the market is dynamic, but collectors have been known to pay astonishing sums for coins in excellent condition, especially those with noticeable mint errors. We're talking about numbers that most people would only dream of. And here's the key: if your coin is verified and graded, you can command the maximum dollar, whether through an auction house, a collector, or a private deal. But this is not a time to hesitate. Each day you wait, you risk someone else snapping up the coin of your dreams, leaving you with nothing but what could have been. Let's connect the dots here. You've learned about the rare 1952 Lincoln wheat penny, its errors, the story behind it, and the incredible potential it holds. You've imagined finding one, understanding its value, and taking the right steps to sell it for maximum profit. And now, you realize that this is more than just a coin, it's a ticket to a new chapter in your financial journey. It's proof that fortune favors the informed, the alert, and those willing to act decisively. So, here's the final question for you: what will you do next? Will you check that old coin jar in your closet? Will you dig through your pocket change with a renewed sense of excitement and curiosity? Will you take the steps to ensure that if you have a 1952 Lincoln wheat penny, you don't just let it sit there, unnoticed, while collectors and investors would pay the maximum dollar to make it theirs? Remember, opportunities like this don't come often, and when they do, they reward those who recognize them. And just imagine the story you'll tell: I found a rare 1952 penny, had it graded, and sold it to a collector for the maximum dollar. From a small, forgotten coin to a life-changing sum, it's not just a fantasy, it's reality for those who act. So, start today. Check your coins, identify the errors, get them certified, and connect with the right buyers. Your 1952 Lincoln wheat penny could be the key to unlocking a fortune you never expected, turning simple pocket change into wealth beyond your wildest dreams. We're diving into one of the most sought-after treasures in the world of coin collecting, the 1952 Lincoln wheat penny with a rare mint mark error. If you've ever wondered how everyday coins could transform into unimaginable wealth, buckle up, because this story will not only surprise you but could inspire your next big move. The journey begins in 1952, when the San Francisco Mint produced the Lincoln wheat penny, a coin most Americans never thought twice about. Its humble design, featuring Abraham Lincoln on the front and the iconic wheat ears on the back, quietly circulated across the nation. It rested in cash registers, piggy banks, and the pockets of everyday citizens, often overlooked and undervalued. But not all 1952's pennies were created equal. Some carry an error so rare that collectors today compete fiercely to own one. These are coins that, at first glance, seem ordinary, but in reality, they are keys to a treasure vault. You might be asking yourself, how does a simple penny become a millionaire's gem? The answer lies in rarity and demand. When errors occur during minting, whether it's a doubled die, an off-center strike, or a misaligned mint mark, coins suddenly transform from everyday change into sought-after collectibles. The 1952 Lincoln wheat penny error is one of those extraordinary cases. Only a fraction of these coins exist with the error, and they are in constant high demand among collectors who understand the history, artistry, and value behind them. Imagine holding in your hand a coin that could fetch tens of thousands, or even more, at auction. Could that be the coin sitting in your drawer right now? Now, let's take a step back and consider the emotional power of this discovery. Think about the excitement of realizing that what you considered pocket change could be the key to financial freedom. It's a thrilling idea, isn't it? And yet, it's entirely possible. Every day, Americans stumble upon rare coins in their old collections, attic boxes, or even loose change. Some coins have sold for figures that would make most people's jaws drop. How would you feel if the next coin you found had the potential to transform your financial future? This isn't a fantasy, it's real, and it's happening right now across the United States, but here's a question that keeps many collectors awake at night. How do you actually sell a coin like this for maximum value? How do you ensure you're not leaving millions on the table? Selling old and rare coins is a nuanced process. It's not just about listing a coin online or handing it to a buyer. It's about understanding the market, connecting with reputable auction houses, and positioning your coin for competitive bidding. Imagine sitting in an auction room where seasoned collectors are raising their paddles, competing for the very coin you discovered decades ago in a dusty box. The tension, the thrill, the adrenaline, it's a spectacle unlike any other. And your 1952 Lincoln wheat penny error could be the star of the show. Now, I know what you're thinking. What if it's not as valuable as the experts claim? What if I'm just another hopeful holding an ordinary coin? That's the beauty of rare coin collecting. It rewards curiosity and careful research. Each coin tells a story. Each mint mark, each subtle error, is a signature of history. When you hold a 1952 penny with the rare mint mark error, you're holding a piece of American legacy, a tangible link to the past. And the market recognizes this. Collectors are willing to pay staggering sums because they know the value is not just monetary, it's cultural, historical, and exclusive. Let's pause for a moment. Did you ever stop to think that your future wealth could be hiding in plain sight? Perhaps in an old jar of pennies, a forgotten drawer, or a family heirloom. Most people never consider it. Most people never ask, could this small coin be worth more than my savings account? And that's exactly where the opportunity lies. When others overlook the ordinary, the extraordinary becomes yours for the taking. So, how do you turn this rare coin into real money? First, authentication is crucial. The 1952 Lincoln wheat penny error must be evaluated by professionals who can verify its rarity and condition. Next, it's about finding the right platform. Auction houses, both physical and online, specialize in high-value collectibles. They know how to create excitement, attract serious buyers, and ensure competitive bidding. Finally, presentation matters. A well-documented history, clear photographs, and proof of authenticity can make a difference of thousands, even tens of thousands of dollars. In other words, knowledge and preparation are your best allies, but let's bring this closer to home. Picture yourself explaining to friends or family that a coin, once considered trivial, has just been sold for a price that could fund a luxurious lifestyle. Could you imagine the joy, the pride, the sense of accomplishment? And here's a little secret, there are collectors right now in the United States actively searching for coins like yours. They're not just casual buyers, they are serious, wealthy collectors who understand the emotional and financial value of owning a rare piece of history. This creates urgency. Your coin could be exactly what they're looking for, and waiting too long might mean missing out on a life-changing opportunity. Now, let's sprinkle a little humor in the mix, because hey, who knew a humble penny could make you feel like a millionaire overnight? Next time someone complains about finding only pennies in their wallet, just smile and say, you might be holding the next fortune. Suddenly, those dull coins aren't so dull anymore. Suddenly, excitement returns to what was once mundane. It's this shift in perspective that turns ordinary people into extraordinary collectors and savvy sellers. Here's another thought-provoking question. What if you could turn every piece of overlooked change into an investment? How many coins have you tossed or spent without realizing their hidden value? From pocket changes to millions, the potential is real, and it's accessible. The key is awareness and action. Recognizing the rarity, understanding the market, and taking decisive steps are what separates the lucky from the wealthy. By now, you might be feeling a rush of inspiration, or perhaps even a bit of urgency. Good. That means you're thinking like a collector who's ready to seize opportunity. Because opportunity waits for no one. Those who act quickly, who research, authenticate, and strategically sell, are the ones who see incredible returns. The 1952 Lincoln wheat penny error is more than a coin, it's a symbol of possibility. It's proof that wealth can emerge from the most unassuming places. So, as we wrap up this journey, consider this: every coin carries a story, every error carries value, and every opportunity carries the potential to change your life. What will you do with the coins you already own? Could one of them be your ticket to financial freedom? Will you let it sit forgotten, or will you explore its true potential in auction houses, collectible markets, and private sales across the United States? The choice is yours, and the time to act is now. Imagine the moment you realize that a single 1952 Lincoln wheat penny error in your collection is worth more than you ever dreamed. Tens of thousands, perhaps even a life-changing sum at the maximum dollar market value, waiting for the right buyer to recognize its worth. That moment of discovery, the thrill of auction, the excitement of turning history into fortune, this is the power of rare coin collecting. And you could be living it. What if I told you that this little piece of metal could change everything? Could a coin you've ignored for decades be worth thousands, or even hundreds of thousands of dollars? What if I said that a 1954 D mint mark wheat penny could be your ticket to instant wealth? Sounds unbelievable, right? But for collectors and savvy sellers in the United States, this is reality. Today, we're diving into the world of rare coins, uncovering the secrets behind the 1954 D mint mark wheat penny, its potential errors, and how it could literally turn pocket change into a fortune. Let's set the stage. The year is 1954, and the United States is a nation on the move, brimming with optimism and opportunity. In the midst of this, the humble Lincoln wheat penny rolls off the presses at the Denver Mint, bearing the famous D mint mark. To the casual eye, it looks just like any other penny, tiny, copper, unassuming. But for the collector who knows the hidden stories within the metal, these pennies hold extraordinary potential. Now, here's the kicker: not every 1954 D penny is created equal. Some carry errors, some feature double dies, and others have misstrikes that make them rare enough to command jaw-dropping sums at auction. Have you ever wondered what separates a common coin from a collector's dream? It's all in the details, and that's where the excitement begins. Now, let's talk about value. You might be asking yourself, how much could one of these pennies really be worth? The answer? It depends. In pristine condition, with error characteristics and perfect preservation, a 1954 D wheat penny can reach extraordinary prices, tens of thousands, sometimes even exceeding $50,000 at specialized auctions. But here's the most important question: are you holding on to one right now? Could that old change in your drawer actually be a ticket to financial freedom? The thrill of discovery, the anticipation of uncovering an error or rare minting anomaly, this is what keeps collectors awake at night and drives the market into frenzy. Imagine the excitement of finding a penny that others pass by every day, unaware that it's worth a small fortune. Here's a question to reset your attention: have you ever stared at a coin and wondered if it's hiding a secret? Maybe you laughed it off before, thinking, it's just a penny. But think again. Millions of Americans unknowingly hold coins with hidden value. That jar of pocket change? It could be a treasure chest. And if you're wondering how to sell old rare coins in the USA, how to turn them into money, or how to navigate auctions, you're not alone. The process can seem daunting, but with the right approach, the potential is limitless. Collectors are constantly searching, and rare coins like the 1954 D wheat penny are in high demand. And that's where urgency comes in. Opportunities like this don't linger forever. Every day you wait could mean someone else is claiming the wealth that could have been yours, but let's rewind a bit. How do errors happen in coins? And why do they suddenly skyrocket in value? During the minting process, mistakes like double dies, misaligned strikes, or unusual metal compositions can occur. Most coins leave the mint perfect and unremarkable. But a handful slip through, imperfection included, and these are the coins collectors crave. Imagine holding a coin that was almost destroyed in the minting process, yet survived against all odds. That coin isn't just copper, it's history, it's rarity, it's money in your hands. And the market responds accordingly. Auction houses in the United States, from New York to Los Angeles, are filled with buyers eager to snatch up these errors. They compete fiercely, driving prices higher and higher. Could your old coin be one of these rare survivors? Now, you might be thinking, okay, I found a 1954 D-Wheat penny, but how do I actually sell it? This is where strategy meets opportunity. First, authentication is key. Certified grading services ensure that your coin's value is recognized by serious collectors. Next, specialized auction platforms, both online and in physical auction houses, can connect you with buyers willing to pay top dollar. And if you've been wondering how to make money from coins without getting scammed, education is your armor. The more you know about mint marks, errors, and grading standards, the more confident you'll feel, and the better the price you can command. Think of it as turning knowledge into wealth. And yes, even coins that seem like pocket change can fetch staggering sums when positioned correctly. It's a thrilling mix of history, luck, and strategy. Let's sprinkle in some excitement here. Did you know that in certain cases, the same penny can sell for radically different prices depending on the auction, the buyer, and the timing? One 1954 D-Wheat penny might fetch $25,000 at a local auction, while another could soar past $50,000 when collectors recognize its rarity. The fear of missing out is real. If you hesitate, someone else will seize the opportunity. That's why learning how to sell old and rare coins in the USA is more than just a hobby, it's a potential financial revolution for anyone with the foresight to act. And if you've ever asked, from pocket changes to millions, is that really possible? The answer is a resounding yes. History proves it, and the market continues to reward those who pay attention to the details. Let's keep this engaging. Picture this scenario: you're at a garage sale, flipping through a box of coins, when your fingers brush against something unusual. Your heart races. Could this be the 1954 D-Wheat penny error collectors dream of? Do you hold it carefully, examine it under a magnifying glass, or rush to sell it immediately? Each decision could determine how much money you make. And yes, there's a thrill in knowing that you could potentially transform a few cents into thousands. The questions start piling up: how do I know if my coin is genuine? Where do I get it appraised? Which auction house will bring the highest bid? These are exactly the questions collectors and sellers ask themselves every day. And here's the beauty: you don't have to be a professional numismatist to turn this knowledge into wealth. You just need curiosity, awareness, and the willingness to explore. Now, connecting the dots, let's talk about the larger picture. Rare coins like the 1954 D-Wheat penny don't just have monetary value, they carry history, nostalgia, and prestige. Owning one is not just about wealth, it's about being part of a legacy that spans decades. Selling one doesn't mean losing a treasure, it means sharing it with someone who will appreciate its uniqueness while turning your foresight into tangible rewards. And in today's market, where collectors are actively searching and values are high, your coin could be more than just copper, it could be a financial springboard, a story of discovery, and a key to new opportunities. So, let's circle back to the moment you first discovered that coin. You've held it, inspected it, wondered if it's truly valuable. Now, imagine the satisfaction of watching it sold at an auction, the numbers climbing higher and higher, the excitement building with every bid. That's the power of rare coins. And for those of you asking, how to sell old and rare coins, how to make the most of them in auctions, how to turn a simple penny into a fortune, the path is clear. Knowledge, timing, and action are your allies. And the reward? Priceless, in more ways than one. Imagine holding a tiny, unassuming piece of history in the palm of your hand, something minted over 6 decades ago, yet capable of commanding the attention of collectors willing to pay unimaginable sums. Today, we're diving into one of the most fascinating treasures of American numismatics, the 1956 no-mint Mark Lincoln wheat penny. If you think all pennies are worth a mere cent, think again. This coin has sparked excitement among collectors, investors, and everyday Americans who stumbled upon it by chance, turning ordinary pockets into potential gold mines. Could this coin be sitting quietly in your collection, waiting to make you a millionaire? Let's find out. From the very first glance, the 1956 no-mint Mark Lincoln wheat penny seems ordinary. Copper in tone, with Abraham Lincoln's iconic profile stamped on its face, it might blend into the sea of change in your wallet. But here's the catch: subtle errors during its minting have turned this seemingly humble coin into a rare gem. Coins with no mint mark from this era are among the highest in demand. Why? Because they were struck in Philadelphia, and the limited number of perfectly preserved coins that survived 6 decades makes them extraordinarily rare. Every collector dreams of finding a coin that whispers the story of history, a coin that is more than currency. It's a portal to the past, and more importantly, a ticket to financial possibility. You might be wondering, how can a coin from 1956, one of the most common years for Lincoln pennies, be worth big money today? The answer lies in the intricacies of numismatics. In the world of coin collecting, details matter. Every scratch, every doubling of the date, every misalignment tells a story that increases a coin's value exponentially. For the 1956 no-mint Mark wheat penny, sharpness, luster, and lack of wear can turn a simple penny into a prize worth thousands of dollars at auction. But here's a question for you: have you ever examined your old coins closely, really closely, under a magnifying glass? The coin that seems worthless in your pocket might be worth more than your car. Yes, really. Let's pause for a moment. Imagine walking into a coin shop or an online auction and seeing a 1956 no-mint Mark penny listed with a jaw-dropping price. Heart racing, palms sweating, because you suddenly realize that the very coin you found in your childhood jar or in a dusty drawer could be worth a fortune. That's the thrill of rare coins. It's not just nostalgia, it's excitement, urgency, and the possibility that your everyday coins could be a bridge from ordinary life to extraordinary wealth. Have you ever wondered how people go from pocket change to millions? It starts with curiosity, a little patience, and knowing what to look for. Now, I know what you're thinking, but how do I even start selling a coin like this? How do I know it's genuine? How do I get the maximum dollar? These are critical questions because understanding the value of your coin is the first step toward turning history into wealth. The United States is home to countless coin shops, collectors, and online auction houses where rare coins can fetch staggering sums. But the key is expert evaluation. Having your 1956 penny professionally graded ensures authenticity, prevents underpricing, and connects you with the right buyers who are willing to pay premium prices. The market is competitive, and collectors know that patience pays, but timing is just as critical. Let me ask you another question: would you rather let a potentially priceless coin sit in a drawer gathering dust, or would you like to see it in the spotlight, its value recognized and realized? Many people overlook old coins because they assume they're insignificant. Here's the reality: every year, rare Lincoln wheat pennies surface in estate sales, hidden collections, and even in jars of spare change. Some sellers walk away with thousands, tens of thousands, and in exceptional cases, millions of dollars. That's not hyperbole, it's history repeating itself. And yes, the 1956 no-mint Mark penny, especially in near-mint or uncirculated condition, is at the top of that coveted list. But here's a pattern interrupt for you. Imagine a coin whispering to you as you sort through your drawer, "I am your ticket to wealth." Sounds funny, right? But that's exactly the excitement collectors feel when they discover a rare find. Humor aside, it's a real emotional rush. The blend of anticipation and disbelief is addictive. And the truth is, every American over 30 has at some point glanced at a penny and dismissed it. Today, we're flipping that script entirely. Every coin you've overlooked is a potential treasure, and the 1956 no-mint mark penny is the perfect example. You may ask, what makes this coin stand out compared to other Lincoln pennies? First, there's scarcity. While millions of pennies were minted in 1956, the no-mint mark versions that survived decades without significance are few. Second, historical significance. This coin represents a post-war era in America, a time of growth, change, and optimism. Owning such a coin isn't just owning money, it's holding a piece of the American story. And third, there's the collectability factor. Serious collectors seek coins with specific characteristics, and the 1956 no-mint mark penny checks every box. Now, let's talk about action. How do you actually turn this discovery into cash? How do you navigate auctions, online marketplaces, and coin shops to ensure you get the maximum dollar? Start by having your coin graded by a reputable service, like PCGS or NGC. Once graded, consider reputable auction houses and online platforms that specialize in rare coins. But remember, timing is crucial. The demand for rare coins is rising steadily, and those who wait too long may miss the peak opportunity. Ask yourself this: do you want to be the one who held on to a treasure for decades, only to see someone else claim the reward? And here's an inspiring thought: discovering, evaluating, and selling coins isn't just about money. It's about empowerment. It's about turning curiosity into action, history into opportunity, and a small coin into a life-changing experience. Every penny tells a story, and the 1956 no-mint mark penny could be your story of success. You might even find yourself telling friends, "I didn't just find a coin, I found a fortune hiding in plain sight." And isn't that a thrilling thought? Before we close, ask yourself one more question: what if the coin you've had for years is worth far more than you ever imagined? What if it's the one that finally bridges the gap between dreaming and living a wealthy lifestyle? Every collector, every investor, every seller started with a single moment of curiosity. And that moment can happen to you today. Don't let old coins gather dust. Examine them, learn their value, and take action. The market is ready, the buyers are out there, and your 1956 no-mint mark penny could very well be the next headline in rare coin auctions, fetching its maximum dollar value and securing your spot in the circle of rare coin success. So, as you reach for that jar of pennies, remember, what looks like pocket change could be a treasure chest. And among them, the 1956 no-mint mark Lincoln wheat penny is the golden key. Are you ready to take the leap, to turn history into wealth, and to step into the thrilling world of rare coin collecting and selling? Imagine reaching into your pocket and pulling out a coin that could change your life forever. Yes, I'm talking about a humble 1958 no-mint mark Lincoln wheat penny, a coin that, at first glance, looks like any other penny but could actually be a golden ticket worth thousands, even millions, in today's market. What if I told you that right now, in the comfort of your home, you could be sitting on a treasure trove of forgotten wealth? Would you grab it before someone else does, or let it slip through your fingers? In 1958, the United States Mint produced millions of pennies, but among them, a very special batch of Lincoln wheat pennies slipped through with subtle errors that make them incredibly rare today. These are not just coins, they are artifacts of history, encapsulating the craftsmanship, economy, and stories of a bygone era. But why is the 1958 no-mint mark penny in such high demand? How can an ordinary coin, once dismissed as pocket change, suddenly skyrocket to astonishing auction prices? And more importantly, how could you turn your own collection into a fortune, even if it's been sitting in a drawer for decades? Let's start with the story of this coin. The 1958 Lincoln wheat penny features the classic wheat ears on the reverse and Abraham Lincoln on the obverse. But what makes the no-mint mark variety extraordinary is its scarcity. Most pennies of that year were produced in Denver or Philadelphia, and the lack of a mint mark signifies a limited production run that collectors around the world covet. Imagine owning something that thousands of coin enthusiasts are tirelessly hunting for, while you already hold it in your hand. Feels thrilling, doesn't it? You may even ask yourself, could I really have a coin that someone else has been searching for all these years? Now, picture walking into an auction room, or even browsing online, and realizing that these coins are selling for prices that seem unreal. We're talking about numbers that make even seasoned investors take notice. The demand for rare 1958 no-mint mark pennies has surged, driven by collectors, investors, and even history enthusiasts who understand the value of preserving a piece of American heritage. The excitement is palpable, and you could be part of it. But how do you sell such a coin? How do you make sure you're getting the highest possible value without falling into traps or undervaluing your treasure? Before we dive into the how, let's talk about the why. Why do these coins hold such extraordinary worth? The answer lies in a combination of rarity, condition, and historical significance. A coin that survived decades without scratches, dents, or tarnish isn't just old, it's a piece of perfection in a sea of ordinary pennies. And when rarity meets perfection, the market responds with enthusiasm and urgency. Imagine the exhilaration of seeing your coin appraised at tens of thousands of dollars, or even more, simply because it is a survivor of history. Isn't that a fascinating thought? And here's a humorous question to reset your attention: when was the last time your coffee change could outperform your retirement fund? Selling old and rare coins isn't just about listing them online or dropping them at a local coin shop. It's about understanding their market, their appeal, and the emotional value they carry for collectors. Many people wonder, how can I make money from coins I've had for years? How can I sell coins safely and profitably in the USA? The truth is, there's a precise strategy that can maximize your returns, turning what you might have overlooked into extraordinary wealth. From pocket changes to millions, every coin has a story, and the market is listening. Here's where the journey gets exciting. Imagine taking that 1958 no-mint mark penny, having it authenticated and graded by experts, and then presenting it to the world. Auction houses are filled with buyers ready to compete for rare coins, often paying well above market estimates when they recognize the uniqueness and history behind them. And for someone like you, sitting on such a coin, the opportunity is immediate and tangible. Ask yourself this: if a coin in your drawer could sell for tens of thousands of dollars, wouldn't you want to know the exact steps to make it happen? Now, you might be thinking, what about errors? How do they affect value? Excellent question. Coins with subtle mistakes, double dies, misstrikes, or off-center images, can dramatically increase in value. A 1958 penny with a minor error could easily command premium prices because it's one of a kind. It's like owning an original painting instead of a mass-produced print. And that rarity triggers a powerful response in collectors: urgency. They know these coins won't stay on the market long, and if you have one, you hold a key that could unlock incredible wealth. Here's another thought-provoking question: have you ever wondered how collectors find these coins in the first place? Many of them start in rolls from banks, second-hand collections, or even casual finds in jars of old change. This means that ordinary households across America might be hiding fortunes in plain sight. Your attic, drawer, or coin jar could very well contain a 1958 no-mint mark penny worth a small fortune. So, are you ready to look closely at what you have, to take action, and to seize your chance before someone else does? Now let's connect the dots. The story begins with discovery, finding a coin that holds potential. It moves to understanding, learning its rarity, condition, and value. And finally, it reaches action, selling it strategically, whether through auctions, reputable coin dealers, or online marketplaces. Each stage builds on the last, creating a narrative of empowerment and wealth. By the time you've navigated this journey, the 1958 penny transforms from a piece of copper into a symbol of opportunity, ambition, and financial freedom. At this point, you might be asking yourself, how do I ensure I'm selling at maximum value? The key lies in verification and market insight. Authentication by recognized grading services increases credibility and attracts high-paying buyers. Auction shops in the USA offer platforms where competition drives up prices. And knowing when and where to sell ensures that your coin reaches the audience that appreciates its true worth. Isn't it amazing that a small coin, once overlooked, could command such respect and admiration in the world of collectors? before we wrap up, let's reflect on one final thought. The 1958 no-mint Mark Lincoln wheat penny is more than just a coin. It is a reminder that wealth can be hidden in the most unexpected places, that history has a tangible form, and that your opportunity to benefit from it is here and now. Every day you wait could be a missed opportunity, as collectors and investors continually search for these rare pieces. So, what will you do with the knowledge you have today? Will you let it slip by, or will you take the steps to turn history into wealth, pocket change into millions? The power is in your hands. Whether you've been collecting for years, recently inherited a coin jar, or simply found a penny that feels special, the 1958 no-mint Mark Lincoln wheat penny represents potential beyond imagination. Remember, coins like this have sold for astonishing sums in auctions, proving that fortune favors those who recognize value. Ask yourself, could this coin be the key to the lifestyle you've always dreamed of? Could it finally be the bridge between ordinary life and extraordinary wealth?